Who isn't a fan of pistol caliber carbines? I love classic PCCs like the Uzi, the Mac 11, Tech 9, and the VZ61 Scorpion. I also love new pistol caliber carbines like the Brugger and Thomic guns, CZ Scorpions, and I also have been greatly enjoying the new POF Phoenix. Today we're going to look at a very interesting pistol caliber carbine, the Czech Weapons CSV-9, imported by Four Peaks Imports. This new PCC leans a lot on some classic designs like the Uzi and Tech 9, while having some modern features from guns like the B&T series with a degree of quality only found in the most prestigious guns ever produced. Subguns, or pistol caliber carbines, popularity continues to grow, and it's easy to see why. They fill so many roles. They make great range toys because they are so much fun to shoot without breaking the bank. They can also make a great home defense weapon because they're easier to control than a pistol. Pistol caliber carbines also make great truck guns or get home guns because they're usually fairly compact and typically shoot the very common 9mm round. Some guns, when you pick them up, you know they just feel cheap. Other guns, when you pick them up, you just know they are a very high quality piece. The CSV-9 would definitely be the latter. This gun just exudes quality from the exquisite machining, the fit and finish, everything is top notch. Nothing feels cheap or half done, and there's also no plastic on the entire gun. It is machined out of steel and aluminum, including the grip. The fit on this gun may be the best I've ever seen. All the parts fit together tight, but not so tight that you need to hammer them together. I know that B&T gets a lot of credit for the excellent fitment of their parts, but I would say that this is even better. It's actually astonishing how precise the machining is on the CSV-9. The Czechs are well known for making quality weapons. From CZ to FK Brno to the Legao Alien, I'm probably forgetting a few, but this being my first experience with Czech weapons, I would say this falls right into that category and on par with all the other quality firearms coming out of the Czech Republic. CSV-9 is a direct blowback operated gun with 4 3/4 inch barrel, cross button safety, the charging handle can be switched to either side you prefer, and it takes Glock mags. I know that is a huge benefit for most shooters out there, but being perfectly honest, in my opinion, the Glock magazine is the only thing that feels cheap on this gun, but I do understand going with it for the compatibility, availability, and the relatively low cost of Glock magazines. The CSV does weigh in at 4.6 pounds, which is a little hefty given its small size. And keep in mind there are no polymers here, just beautiful machined steel and aluminum. That weight also translates into an extremely soft shooting firearm, and the CSV-9 is a true pleasure to shoot. Another unique feature is while the magazine is located forward of the grip, the CSV-9 will store another magazine in the pistol grip itself, making possible some interesting reloads. I do think it is a very cool idea to have the ability to store a second magazine right on the weapon. I like to keep a smaller 10-round magazine in my grip, that way it doesn't really get in the way and I still have the extra rounds should I need them. This is a pretty cool feature. The back of the gun comes equipped with a section of pick rail, so the possibilities of braces or stocks, if you decide to go the SBR route, are nearly limitless. Another feature I love seeing because it opens up the possibilities and doesn't force the user to use proprietary parts. The CSV-9 is actually a very modular weapon system and easily converted into several different configurations, but I'm not sure if these parts are currently being imported or if they ever will be. But it is cool to know that it has the ability, and maybe some aftermarket companies here in the US will jump on this as well. The CSV-9 comes with a rather odd thread pattern, metric 14x1 right hand, out of the box, and by design the muzzle brake holds the handguard on the gun, so suppression comes with some challenges. The importer, Four Peaks Imports, is working on a solution though. During the review we reached out to them about this and they sent us a prototype thread adapter to try out. Now keep in mind this is a prototype and the final revision may be a little bit different, but this does allow you to suppress your CSV-9. The prototype 4 Peaks imports sent out worked flawlessly. I will say this is the CSV-9 is set up for ultimate reliability. It is a little gassy suppressed, but that's not uncommon amongst similar guns, and it will be nice to have a suppression option, because the only thing better than a really cool PCC is suppressing that really cool PCC. I kind of mentioned it already, but the CSV-9 is remarkably reliable. We never had a hint of a malfunction of any kind with any kind of ammo we fed it. This thing is just built like a tank, and it has Uzi reliability. For those unfamiliar, that means it's very, very reliable. Also, all the internals are big and beefy, similar to an AK. I just don't see this gun ever having any reliability issues whatsoever. It should just be able to power through almost any situation. The trigger is good, mine's pulling at just under 5 pounds on my scale. There's just the slightest amount of play before the trigger hits the wall. The reset is short and tactile. Everything you would need and expect from a PCC trigger. I also like that the gun comes equipped with sights from the factory. Now, the way I set mine up with the cheek weld, it really wouldn't work with the factory sights, but that's the beauty of having the pick rail in the back. You can set this up like an AK with a low cheek weld, or you can set it up with a high cheek weld like an AR. Whatever you like the best, the gun will accommodate. I ran mine with a JMac Customs armbar with a tail hook set up to fold to the left of the gun, and ran the charging handle on the right side. This worked really well for me, but there are numerous ways you could set it up to fit your shooting style, and whatever is most comfortable for you. I also used the Steiner MPS red dot most of the time that we ran the CSV-9. This is a great little red dot. I love that it has an enclosed emitter, works on a somewhat common aim point acro mounts, and the battery life has been holding up for me so far. I've actually been very impressed with this little dot. While the Czech Weapons CSV-9 probably isn't for everyone, it is a very solid offering for those who appreciate unique weapons and enjoy having something that is a little different from everyone else on the range. The CSV-9 isn't cheap. It has an MSRP right around $2,000, and I did a search while putting this video together, and I did find a few for a good bit less than that, but it still isn't a cheap pistol caliber carbine. But then again, there is nothing cheap about the CSV-9. Quality components machined to insane tolerance does not come at bargain prices. This is a very cool gun for those that can appreciate it, and I'm glad that I have one in my collection. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and a huge thank you goes out to Callaway Ballistics for providing all the 9mm supersonic and subsonic that we ran through the CSV-9, and the CSV-9 functioned flawlessly with all the varieties of Callaway Ballistics 9mm that we tried. Guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and hit the notifications bell so YouTube lets you know when we have a new video, because we have some really big things in the works that you won't want to miss. If you want to know what those are way before they hit the YouTube channel, check us out on Instagram and Facebook, and there you can see what's being reviewed in real time. If you like what you see here on Alabama Arsenal and want to help support the channel, the best possible way to do that is through Patreon. These videos can be surprisingly expensive to make, and every contribution helps and is greatly appreciated. There is also Alabama Arsenal gear in the link right below the video. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.